Joe Rogan and Tony Hinchcliffe talk about the story that Jimmy Carter saw a UFO.
It was the story about Jimmy Carter. No, the
Right.
story about Jimmy Carter was Jimmy Carter, I believe in 1969, he had some sort of a very strange UFO experience that was very real to him. Very bizarre, saw something.
Yeah.
And part of his thing was once he gets into office, he wants to tell people. The story is that he was briefed. They explained to him something about the reality of the UFO experience, like what it really is. And he was crying, that he wept openly. So what could that mean? Like, what would that mean?
Well, he was, yeah,
kind of a pussy. Is that what
he was a bitch, and this Habitat for Humanity, I never understood. I thought it was,
I think he's a genuinely good person.
Of course he was. He built houses
became
for
a president.
people. Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Never enriched himself.
But he was also, if you read books about him, he was kind of an operator too. He was kind of he was into the peanut stuff, right? He was a peanut farmer or something. Yeah. You know, nobody gets to be he was sweetest.
Like one of the sweetest of all the presidents.
He was still the president. But so who is doing this it's just the men in black people from the depths of Raven Rock or Cheyenne military or wherever the hell they are.
What they could be doing is covering up years of lying to Congress and misappropriation of funds for all these black ops programs, and the way they can get out of jail
is
because if they go and go and tell the government, oh yeah, by the way, we lied to Congress for 50 years. There's no solid verifiable evidence that Jimmy Carter cried. Of course there's no solid evidence.
Jamie, stop being a narc.
He's a narc.
He's a narc.
Because
it's out of control.
The Carter cried over UFO story is based on second or third hand anecdotes. Those are my favorite, and is not confirmed by Carter himself or primary official sources. I think it's true.
I think it's true too.
About his 1969 sighting, Carter described seeing a strange light, but did not mention crying or being emotionally shattered by it. No, but I don't think that's what they're saying. They're saying he was emotionally shattered by the disclosure. Cried after UFO briefing.
You've got to live with that knowledge. So he's just got to go around now. And
Richard Dillon, who's by far one of the best guys to read about UFOs and UAPs, very balanced guy and like very evidence-based guy. He includes a lot of crazy stories, but he never goes along with them. But Richard Dillon's really good. He's got a bunch of books. So I don't know if it's true. It's his podcasts.
Is the Jake Barber guy real?
He's the guy that said that he actually had to move a UFO, right, with a helicopter?
Yes.
I haven't talked to him.
I was just watching it, but it's too long. These UFO guys, it's all 3 or 4 out. Like, it's not...
Well, Jesse Michaels does a lot of very in-depth ones with these guys. But the good thing about that is if someone's like really full of shit, after a couple of hours, you kind of say, you see tendencies that maybe they exaggerate or they make things up or they leave stuff out or whatever it is. But something's going on, right? There's something that people keep seeing. There's enough radar information. There's enough video that doesn't make any sense.
We never found out what those drones were. Remember that? They were all around the bases in New Jersey and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. People were scared to fly.
People say it's a domestic. It was domestic. It was us. That's what I've heard. But then, who knows?
Could be China. Could be China flexing and pulling their dick out. Saying, check out what we have, motherfuckers. Who knows?
Who knows?
But there was a lot of things that those things were doing that we don't know that they can do. One of the things, like they were flying for hours at a time. And so what's the fuel source? Because it's not batteries.